Well, I think it's about time we had a serious conversation about the Navy Fed Cash Rewards. And this is a credit card that is great, but today I want to talk to you about how do you get this card with a high limit with this on this card with at least $21,000 in annual income. So we're talking about $21,000 in gross income. Don't you go anywhere. You're going to love today's conversation, I guarantee you. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sorted Kiwi Show. How are you today? I hope you are doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous, if you had to ask me. If you are doing as great as I am, go grab a cup of coffee, or tea, or vodka, and let's roll. In today's conversation, I want to talk to you about the Navy Fed Cash Rewards credit card. It's a great card. And how do you get this card with $21,000 in annual income, okay? And so here are the steps. It's important that you understand that you got to follow the steps to know exactly what you are getting yourself into, okay? So let's first talk about the card fitness. You need to learn about the card to ensure that's exactly what you want, okay? Because it's kind of funny. People actually apply for a credit card that actually doesn't suit their situation. And we got to really get away from that context, okay? So this card is pretty good because this card, use this card for purchases. If you want to do balance transfers, you can do that as well, okay? So the APR on this card oscillates between 9.90% to 18%. So this is kind of cool, okay? The card has no annual fees, no balance transfer fee, no foreign transaction fee and whatnot, no cash advance fees. So this is really good. And this is kind of peculiar to all Navy Fed credit cards, okay? And the card is kind of cool because it allows you to earn up to 1.75% cash back on all purchases. This is kind of cool because you have no rotating categories as you have in certain cards, okay? The card gives you flexibility in terms of you can start redeeming rewards as soon as you earn them. This is pretty cool, okay? So the card earns up to 1.75% cash back. Now the thing is that it has a straightforward rewards rate of 1.5% cash back on everything you purchase, or up to 1.75% if you open a bank account with Navy Federal and if you set up direct deposit, which should be a no-brainer anyway. I mean, who will be a Navy Fed member and not having a bank account with the institution? This is foolish. So I want you to do that right now. You want to open a bank account, not only a checking account, but also a savings account. So you want to strengthen your MPR, your multi-product relationship, okay? And you can redeem rewards for cash or statement credit. This is kind of cool too. This goes back to what I was saying earlier about flexibility, okay? And you can choose between Visa or MasterCard. You can choose the Visa or MasterCard version. This is kind of cool because some people appreciate one credit card processing network over the other. So if you are a Visa aficionado, go for it. If you are a MasterCard credit card lover, you want to go for the MasterCard version, okay? And the card is light on fees, I've said it before, and APR that oscillates between 9.90% and 18%. This is kind of cool. But one thing we love about this card is that it also comes with the rental car coverage. This is kind of cool. This is a handy side part. Okay, this is handy side perk. You'll get the rental car coverage when you rent an eligible car for 15 days or less and decline the collision damage waiver at the front desk. Okay, so to qualify though, you need to pay for the car rental with the Navy Federal Credit Union Cash Rewards credit card. I want to talk to you now about the income. Okay, so if you want to qualify for this card with let's say an annual salary that is at least $21,000, you're talking about gross income. You need to prove your income. You got to be in a position where you prove your income. You know, I'm kind of tired of folks who actually leave us comments on our YouTube video and saying, well, I can improve my income. Can I get a loan with a loan or credit card with Navy Fed? Well, Navy Fed is a military financial institution. In other words, they're very conservative, but they will work with you if you can prove your income. It doesn't matter if you're making 18 grand or 21 grand or whatnot. You just need to prove the income. And I'm not talking about necessarily pay stubs. I mean, if you have pay stubs, this is kind of cool, okay, folks. But if you have a W-2, that will work for you as well. So, sister, if you have 1099, this is kind of cool as well. Brother, I'm talking to you now, cuz. Are you hearing me? If you have your tax returns, this is kind of cool also, or bank statements. Anything you can show you can show Navy Fed that you have a regular income. This is important because we're talking about regularity, okay? The key word here is regularity. It's not about, oh, I'm making 100 grand or I'm making $18,000. Hey. The more money you make, the better. But what's really important is to be able to be in a situation where you can actually substantiate your revenue, because Navy Fed is, they want to make sure you have legit business. You have legit income, rather. You are generating legit income. Okay. So here is the approach. To actually boost your odds of approval for this Navy Fed Cash Rewards credit card. You want to actually, right now, I'm talking to you right now. I want you to gather up your documentation, whatever you have. Make sure that you have, if you have pay stubs, W-2, if you have 1099s, if you have a tax return, whatever you have, you want to gather up that documentation right now. And basically what you want to do is you want to go to the nearest branch, okay? Because we always say this on the show. Folks want to apply for a credit card online. They don't want to bring their ass to the nearest branch. They just want everything to be convenient. Everybody wants, I want it now. I want it online. Listen, boss, I want you to bring your ass to the nearest Navy Fed branch and apply at the branch. Bring your documentation. It will be faster and you will boost your odds of approval. I want to talk to you also about direct deposit. I mean, it's kind of funny. People, we live in a world right now where people actually underestimate the importance of direct deposit, especially if your goal is to build a multi-product relationship with Navy Fed. It all starts with direct deposit, okay? Never underestimate the importance of direct deposit. I mean, I was talking to you earlier about proving your income, right? Think about it. If you have direct deposit, what happens? You are basically proving three things to Navy Fed at once. And this trifecta is quintessential. Let me repeat that. You are proving three things when you have direct deposit to any financial institution you are with. What do you prove? You prove your pay amount right away. Because they can see that you are making this amount of money every 2 weeks, okay, or every week or every month. So they have right off the bat, they have an idea, a clear idea of your income. That's number one. The second thing is they prove your employer because they know the source of the revenue. They know the source of the income. So you don't have to prove that you working at IBM. They know that you are working at IBM. You don't have to prove that you're working at Google. They see that Google is sending you every 2 weeks a direct deposit into your Navy Fed account. Okay. And the third thing that you prove also is the frequency of pay. Okay, so you're proving that you are being paid every 2 weeks, which is important. Cause I'm talking to you because if you're paid, let's say you're paid every week, or you were paid every 2 weeks, that's a source of liquidity. That's a frequency of liquidity, and frequency of liquidity is really important. We gotta get because, hey, listen, hey. The thing is, if you have to make your Navy Fed payment on the 28th of the month, and they know that you are getting your salary on the 15th and the 30th, that's a good window. Okay, so this trifecta is important. So when you set up your direct deposit with Navy Fed, guess what? You are boosting your liquidity level. Your liquidity level it plays an important role in your DTI, your debt to income ratio, and your CUR, your credit utilization ratio. And those two things are important because they actually bring up your Navy Fed internal score. And guess what? You are boosting your odds of being approved for the Navy Fed Cash Rewards credit card, even if you are making at least $21,000. Okay, money. So what are you going to do? Are you going to set up the direct deposit today? I want you to really get out there and tell your HR department to actually, you want to fill the form. And the cool thing is, you don't have to deposit the full amount. You can say, you know what, I want to deposit 30% of my salary into Navy Fed or 50% or whatnot. Okay, you don't have to do 100%, just do a little part. But the cool thing is you want to maintain that relationship with Navy Fed right now. I want to talk to you about another thing you want to pay attention to, and that's your banking relationship with Navy Fed. Okay, and this is kind of funny because when we talk about credit, when we talk about banking and credit together, a lot of folks, sometimes we get nasty comments underneath our video. People talking about why is this guy mentioning banking? We should be talking about credit. Hey, boss, you are making a big mistake if you think there is a contradiction. There is a dichotomy between banking and credit, especially at a credit union. Okay, you need to solidify your banking relationship with NFCU. I'm talking about making sure that they know you, okay, that you actually open a checking account, that you open a savings account, and that's the basic. Okay, when we talk about establishing a solid NPR with Navy Fed, the minimum is 2 accounts. I don't care if you're telling me you're making $500 a month. I really don't care. You need to have a checking account and savings account. Savings account is kind of cool because when we talk about rainy day accounts, emergency fund. You need to put some cash on the side because you never know, things happen. Father, I'm talking to you. Mother, I'm talking to you. Granddad, grandpa, grandma, I'm talking to you. Okay, how are you going to fix? How are you going to solidify your future? Things happen, stuff happens, life happens. Been there, done that. Okay, so you want to open at a minimum a checking account and savings account. This will help you. This will help you establish a positive profile vis-a-vis Navy Fed. So they see you in a positive light. Okay, if you have some cash to spare, guess what? You want to open a money market account, an MMA. Okay, this will also help buttress your relationship with Navy Fed. And again, if you have some cash to spare, it's all about the little cash that you have instead of going on Saturday night to Olive Garden or whatever. I'm not picking on that brand, but if you want to eat out, just stay home, cook at home. Okay, home cooking is good anyway. All right, so you save some cash and you put the cash in your CD, in your certificate of deposit. Okay, open an IRA if you want that. An individual retirement account. So we have talked about that. So here is the winner strategy for you. Here is a winner strategy for you. You want to open at least 2 accounts. Okay, at least 2 accounts, and if you can, open 3 or 4, so you can beef up your relationship with Navy Fed, and then in return, one of the ancillary benefits will be that you are boosting your chances of getting the Navy Fed Cash Rewards credit card. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show. We are still having a conversation about how to get a Navy Fed Cash Rewards credit card, even if you are making at least $21,000. Okay, we're talking about less than $2,000 a month, and this is gross income, pre-tax income. The thing is, you got to take care of your FICO score. All right, because you are making 21 grand. That's true, but what is your FICO score? I want you to talk to me about your FICO score. When was the last time you checked it? Do you even check it at all? Or are you just one of those people just walking around and just saying, oh, I think I'm in the 750. And when in reality, your ass is around 650. Okay, what's up with that? So check your FICO score, boss. I'm serious about that. This is something I'm really serious about. In our research, we have seen that a large proportion of Americans have no idea whatsoever about the credit score. Okay, and the cool thing is you have a website called annualcredit.com, annualcreditreport.com, that actually offers you every year, once a year, free copies of your 3 credit reports from credit scores and credit reports. We are speaking about TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. Okay. You also have other providers out there. You have Credit Karma, you have Wallet Hub, you have Nerd Wallet. Even you have your credit card issuer also that offers free copies of your credit reports and credit score every month. So it is important. It is important that you check your credit score frequently. Okay, I'm talking about 2 weeks or monthly. I mean, you don't have to check this every day or every week, but monthly is kind of cool. Okay, if you don't have time, listen, I understand everybody's busy, but you want to check it on a quarterly basis, quarterly monitoring, at least that's a minimum. Okay, so that you are basically avoiding any surprise. So, and that will help you also take care of your payment history, your CUR, your credit utilization ratio, your credit mix, your recent inquiries, and the length of your credit history. Those 5 elements, this quintet, is what constitutes your credit score, and you want to take care of that. Okay. So big decision time, boss. I want you to make it. I want you to write it down. I want you to right now pay attention to your credit score. I want you to sign up with annualcreditreport.com and actually check your credit score. I want to talk to you now about your card count. See, when we talk about card count, we look at this at a dual level. There is a duality at 2 levels, okay? And again, I'm just making sure that you understand that you understand the steps you need to take to get the Navy Fed Cash Rewards credit card when you are making it at least $21,000, okay? You need to check to see your current NFCU card count. How many cards you have right now? Do you already have 2 cards with them? If you have 2 cards, it's not even worth it that you try to get a 3rd card, because your risk level vis-a-vis Navy Fed will be too high. They'll be too high. They're not going to give it to you, okay? So think about the NFCU credit cards you already have, okay? What is your status on those cards, boss? Grandpa, I'm talking to you. Grandma, where you at? I'm talking to you. Okay, what is the status on those cards? Are you a good payer? Are you a good credit card, a good card holder? Are you like so-and-so? Have you made some payments? Because we got to talk about that. Your status on current credit cards, on your current credit relationship with Navy Fed will actually be an important element at that when it comes to your NFCU internal score. This is something we need to talk about too, because those credit unions, at least the PenFed, they have their next gen internal score, but NFCU has their own internal score, which is totally separate but related to your FICO score, which is the exogenous, the external credit score. Okay, so you want to pay attention to your NFCU internal score. You also want to think about your Navy Fed overall exposure to you. What I'm talking about here, I'm talking about how many credit products you have with the company, because here we are speaking about card count, but what really counts is your overall credit exposure, your overall debt exposure to Navy Fed. Okay, I'm talking about your loans, credit cards, lines of credits, and whatnot. So, what is your overall? How many credit products do you have right now with Navy Fed? So, credit card. Okay, the bottom line is your card count counts. Okay, your card count with Navy Fed, but your card count in general matters when it comes to your approval odds for the Navy Fed Cash Rewards credit card. The last thing I want to talk about, people actually, again, this is one of those, anytime we drop a jam like this, people kind of get confused. The jam is liquidity. You got to pay attention to your liquidity. You got to maintain a healthy level of cash, okay? And the reason I just said this is because sometimes people believe that we are giving dichotomous, contradictory advice when we say, listen, liquidity is important to your credit situation. Okay, you got to maintain a positive level of cash. You got to maintain a positive net worth if you want lenders, if you want credit card issuers to look at you positively. This is important. And this goes back to what I said earlier. Okay, if you remember when I was speaking about direct deposit and maintaining a healthy banking relationship with NFCU, you got to have a rainy day account. This is important. This is important. You got to, and I don't care how you call it. You know, you can call it whatever. You can give whatever name you want, but there has to be an account at the family level where you know you're just touching that account in emergencies. Okay, this saying the account you tap into when you go on vacation in Punta Cana or whatever. You know, no. This is the account that stays there, and the money gets into it automatically. It could be $25 or $50 every month, and it grows. The money in that account grows. Okay, and we also, when we talk about liquidity, we also talk about your balance sheet. Again, going back to what I said earlier, you want to maintain a positive net worth. Okay, what is your what is the proportion of your assets versus your liabilities? What is the proportion of your assets to your liabilities? What is the state of your DTI, your debt to income ratio, boss? Talk to me about that. Okay, cause I'm talking to you. Don't ignore me. Don't just walk around and just ignore me. I'm listening to you. You got to tell me something about your DTI, your debt to income ratio. Is it less than 30% or it is up there in 80%? Okay. What is your CUR? What is your credit utilization ratio? Talk to me about that. Don't you try to ignore my ass. I'm talking to you. So those are things you have to pay attention to. Make sure that your DTI and CUR are below 30%. So we make the first step, an important step at that, when it comes to establishing liquidity, boss. Okay, and also there is something that's very important. It's important to continually beef up your liquidity, even if you have low income. Even if you're making $21,000 a year, doesn't matter. You can still constitute a good nest egg. Okay, retirement egg. So a few pro tips here. A few pro tips. You want to maintain a rainy day account. You want to make sure your DTI and CUR are below 30%. And you want to continually beef up that rainy day account or savings account or CD or whatever it is. But it has to be a savings account. Thank you so much, boss, for your attention. I really appreciate it. I was talking to you today about the Navy Federal Cash Rewards with at least $21,000 in annual income, how to get a high limit right off the bat. So I spoke to you about card fitness, your income, your direct deposit, the banking, very important, your FICO score, the card count, and the liquidity. I will see you next time, but until then, please remember, stay marvelous.